But isn't it scary because you're so close? I mean, and now it's your job to tell this story and bring it to life. Doesn't that add pressure?
It does in a way. But at the same time, Jonathan was so generous in terms of, here's all the material. This is the life. These are the people we met. Of course, did enormous amounts of research.
Right.
He lived the life, so he
exactly.
he was able to.
So if you needed some additional research, he's right there.
He's right there.
Like, come here. I need to ask you a couple questions.
Yeah, exactly.
I just want to say congratulations, man. This is when the job gets good. Get to watch you do different things, get to watch you grow, direct and breathe, man. And it's a great movie.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no, thanks. So how does all happen? Well, how'd you get the gig?
It's actually a very personal story because it's the story of my business partner, Jonathan Cavendish, who set up the Imaginarium Studios, our production entity and also performance capture studio. It's his parents' story. And so I said to him one night, I read the script, Bill Nicholson's script, which had been on our slate of movies we were going to make, and I just couldn't stop crying. I just thought it was so powerful. And I said, how do you feel about me directing this movie? I know it's not performance capture and it's not animals or orcs or elves, but how do you feel? And he said, yeah, absolutely, let's do it. So that's how it came about. And having, and I knew his mum, Diana, of course, and who's still alive and is the central character in the story. And this story was about his father. He'd wanted to make it all these years, so that's how it came about.
But isn't it scary because you're so close? I mean, and now it's your job to tell this story and bring it to life. Doesn't that add pressure?
It does in a way. But at the same time, Jonathan was so generous in terms of, here's all the material. This is the life. These are the people we met. Of course, did enormous amounts of research.
Right.
He lived the life, so he
was able
to.
So if you needed some additional research, he's right there.
He's right there.
Like, come here. I need to ask you a couple questions.
Yeah, exactly. And but it was a great collaboration, and it was very, we never kind of disagreed or anything. Actually, it was remarkably. It never got fraught or tense. The shoot was very tight. We only had 7 weeks to shoot the whole thing. So it was
this movie?
This movie, wow. Yeah. But we were blessed because we had the most incredible DOP, Bob Richardson, who's just, genius. And,
no, speaking of that, that's one of the things I really loved about the movie. I mean, the locations were fantastic. I mean, all over the place. Where'd you actually shoot everything?
We shot in the UK and we shot in South Africa, which doubled for Kenya, basically. And yeah, we had a really great location. We had a brilliant production designer, and but the one thing that we didn't have was time. I mean, we literally had 4 weeks in the UK and 3 weeks in South Africa.
So was time your biggest challenge on this film?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I had the great team. I had the most amazing cast to work with. I mean, they're just beautiful together. Andrew and Claire, just did the most extraordinary jobs.
Now, from all the time that you've spent in front of the camera, what's the one thing that you learned that you applied to you as a director for this film?
I think really it's about how to shift performance, but having worked with some really amazing directors, and Peter Jackson being such a mentor of mine, he always said to me, actually, even when going back as when I was directing the second unit for The Hobbit, he would always say, every shot tells a story, every beat tells a story, and every take you have the ability to make that better. So always be mindful of that. Don't just always know why you're going into a retake of a moment.
So there wasn't never any problems of convincing anyone that you're the man to do this. I can sit in the chair, I can sit in the camera, I can make this happen, I can pull it off.
Well, I think Jonathan knew I knew the world of visual effects and performance capture, and as I say, I'd already directed Jungle Book, and then this was taking place in the hiatus in post production. But I think for him it's just like, well, okay, this is a very intimate, true story. How are you going to cope with that? But at the same time, we both wanted to make it a cinematic film and a big, we didn't want it to be closed down into this tiny little world. We wanted to expand it and make it a bigger world in a way, because they're adventures. I mean, it's a great adventure story, this, apart from anything else. Not just sort of geographically, but the spirit of adventure, and the spirit, their spirit really was of, making life up as you're going along, always 2 minutes away from death.
Well, job well done.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, great movie, man.